You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dallas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dallas After Show.
There it is. There it is. And here we are. Welcome to another after show for Dallas Season 3. This is episode 8, I believe. Are we 7 or 8?
7, I think.
7?
Yeah.
Nobody wrote it on the board for me, so I'm not really sure what the episode's titled or what episode it is. But
Episode 8, where there's smoke.
there we go.
Thank you,
Oh.
Roya. See, if it wasn't for Roya, we
would be lost.
Yes.
Or you would have it on the board.
Or it'd be on the board. I'm AJ Gibson, joined by Dorinda Barker. Kelly is out. She's sick.
She has strep throat.
She sure does.
And this is one of the reasons why we're running a little late, only because we were trying to figure it out. We wanted her to be here for the mid-season finale, but she's contagious.
Yeah, so we couldn't get her in the studio. We thought we weren't going to do it tonight. We thought we were going to wait a couple of days so we could all get back together. That didn't happen. So, because of that, we're starting late and we're ending early. So, no, it's going to be a quick show tonight, you guys. So, bear with us. We're going to plow through some of this. But it's a huge episode.
Yeah, and
obviously.
We'll make it up when we come back.
Yes, yes, in August. August 18th, I think it said.
18th.
It's a long time.
That is too long of a time, especially after this episode.
Yeah, a lot can happen in that many months. So, we may be back. I'm just kidding. We love you. We'll be back. So, the episode starts off with Elena pacing. She's finally having some second thoughts. A lot of things, I'm just going to call it, and I think we all did, but I'm just going to toot my own horn really quickly. I called everything that happened to this episode all season long. I just did. I did. Elena is now having second thoughts.
Yes.
She's feeling guilty. She's feeling alienated. She's, turned her back on the family that she's known for all these years, and she's starting to question it, which I like, because there's been a lot of depth to her character this season. Yeah.
Yes, I like the fact that she's changing, not changing her tune, but seeing a different side. I mean, she should have done this a little bit.
Well, what she's doing is very JR. It's very JR-esque, and
Yeah.
she doesn't understand that, and I think she's starting to realize it now, that she's only doing what he did all those years, and 2 wrongs don't make her right, Elena. They just don't.
I like that she's figuring that out.
Randomly, later in the episode, I have to bring this up before I forget it, somebody called her Ellie. Or her mom called her Ellie, or somebody called her Ellie.
Yeah, Drew.
Drew called her Ellie, which I thought was adorable. I never put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Miss Ellie, Elena, Ellie. Got it?
I know, it was cute.
I love
And
this
the look
show.
on your face, too, was like, Ellie.
Yeah, it's like a light turned on. Then we got John Ross building a master suite for his bride. This open to this episode was just brilliant, I think. And Bobby first confronts him outside. He says, "Over my dead body, boy." And then as this is happening, John Ross has rose petals laid out from their bedroom where Pamela is sleeping all the way down to the new addition that's going to go on South Fork.
Yes.
And they just had this night of lovemaking together when she didn't realize she'd gotten the text message, the video from Joaquin the night before of her husband inside another woman with Emma, having sex with Emma. Yeah, on a couch.
And now go home and kiss your wife.
Yeah, so she didn't see the message the night before. The next morning she wakes up and she's holding the phone in her hand. We're wondering when she's going to look at it. She sees the rose petals as this romantic gesture, and then as it was beautifully done, I think this scene was, as she's seeing this video, she's standing amongst these rose petals like blowing in the wind, and she's realizing that her husband is scum.
Yeah, it was beautifully shot, by the way.
Yeah, I like when they do kind of like a little bit artistic scenes like this.
Yeah, whoever does, and they did it even last season where there's him and JR were standing, or the end of the first season.
Yeah.
Where they were standing and looking over Dallas.
Yeah, I like that one too.
There are
and then the one with that weird endangered bird in the cage. I'm just kidding. With the GoPro.
Oh, well, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Look, we got some hits, we got some misses.
Exactly.
You win some, you lose some, Dallas. So then we've got Christopher having nightmares about his fight with Drew, probably also having nightmares about the fact that his children are dead, the fact that he's lost everything. He's going through a lot right now. And then he goes out to Heather, who's feeding cows. He offers her some hot chocolate. He tells her he's ready. You know, he wants to go all in with her. she says she's afraid to break her son's heart, which I'm glad she said, because we talked about this recently, and it bothers me. It bothered me the last couple of weeks that he's ready to like play house. He's ready to move in. He lost his unborn children. He's ready to move in with this woman who has a grown son and all of a sudden be like a dad to this kid. That's not how it works. And it seemed the first few episodes that she wasn't being a very responsible mother. And as a child of a single mother, I respect and love my mom so much for being very, very cautious with us as children, not bringing men around. And I think it's really important not to do that with the kids. Yes. And I love that she said to him, she's like, look, as much as I want you in my life, in my bed, you know, my son comes first. I thought that was nice. Yes. I really like Anna Lynn McCord on the show. She's doing a great job, and I'll keep saying it. She looks fantastic. Great as brunette. I know. I knew you were gonna say that. She needs to keep that. She doesn't look so harsh. She's got to work on the southern twang a little bit. The accent's a little dicey. But either do it or don't do it. That's the way I feel. Like some of them don't do it at all. Yeah. She really went for it. But she is a ranch hand, so she's a little more. So then we've got. She finds out while she's with him that her son is kidnapped, kind of taken from school by Bo, his father. Not technically kidnapping since it is his father, but the kid is missing, right? Then we find out Pamela disappears. Bum calls John Ross about Candace, so that sends John Ross off, looking for Candace, not paying attention to the fact that his wife never responded to the text or never showed up outside. He's a little bit of a he's a little egotistical. He focuses on himself a lot, and I think that that's how Pamela got to where she gets to later in the episode. Yes, young and dumb. Yeah. Then we find Drew finds his mother at the farmer's market. She's shopping for produce to make some delicious food, I'm sure. Yes, empanadas. Empanadas, yeah. She's making empanadas. Empanadas. Then we've got Ann and Sue Ellen talking about the sober coach. She's asking her if it's going well for Sue Ellen. She says, yeah, as well as it can. We have some things in common. I can relate to her. So as Sue Ellen works on the sobriety, because she's only out on a favor to Bobby and Ann. Yes. She's supposed to be in the hospital right now. It's going well. At the beginning of the episode, then AJ gets his wish. So as they're talking, though, Sue Ellen looks over and she sees water coming out from underneath the door in the bathroom. They go in there, and it's Pamela. She filled up the tub. I don't understand. I feel like was she trying to I don't understand why she filled up the tub. She filled up the tub. She's holding on to it. There's water everywhere. And she's got her phone in one hand. Okay. Here's my thing. Because she was pretty much in a catatonic state when they found her. My personal, when you're filling up a tub like that, you're going to do something that. Or you're going to drown yourself. Yeah. You're going to drown. Or electrocute yourself. Or something. Yeah. But I don't understand. She didn't do those things. Unless she thought the phone was going to electrocute her in the tub. I think she got there and then all of a sudden she just froze. Yeah. I think, she's just in a state of shock. Why would she think that? Yeah. So they find her. Yeah, they found her. And I think they realize, in that moment that she knows everything. She shows Sue Ellen the video and Ann. What that must be like, first of all, for Ann to see this, to see like her daughter is the girl in the video that Pamela's husband is cheating with. And then for Sue Ellen to know that this is exactly what I was trying to protect you from. I want to talk about that very quickly because we are doing such a short show. Do we agree with the fact that Sue Ellen and Ann kept this information from Pamela, knowing Sue Ellen and Ann's background? Do you think it's ever okay to keep something like that from your daughter, your friend, somebody who is being cheated on? Do you think it's, or do you think you step in? It's dicey. Here's the thing. It's dicey. Yeah. And I'm sure at some point some of us have been put in that position. Right. Not more times than not, but more of us have than the latter. And I think you have to look at the situation and say, what is in it? Not what is in it for me, but are you really helping the person or are you really destroying? A lot of times it's your own ego at play. And you feel like if you tell them you're doing them a favor when really you just want to get it off your chest, you don't want to deal with it anymore. And sometimes it's okay, I think, to kind of just let them figure it out on their own, which is, I think, what Sue Ellen and Ann were trying to do. But then I don't think they should have said that they knew. Yeah, then you just never let them know. No, you just you keep that from her to the grave. So that goes down, and when Pamela realizes that they did know, the look of fire in her eyes, she very quickly comes out of a catatonic state, and she's just furious, right? Not happy. And then Sue Ellen and Ann, slightly after, are talking about this situation, and they're overheard by Bobby. Again, something else I've called all season long. I knew there was going to be another rift between Bobby and Ann because it happened last year when he found out about Emma. And they kind of never really touched on that again. You know, they've kind of stayed, oh, they're fine now. Sue Ellen tries to say, look, Bobby, it wasn't Ann that kept the secret. It was for me. I did this because I didn't want to hurt Pamela. I didn't want the things that happened to me with JR to happen to her with my son, right? Bobby has one of the best one-liners of the episode. He looks right at Sue Ellen in the eyes. He goes, with all due respect, Sue Ellen, you are not my wife. And she just shut up.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Oh, I mean, he let her know what's up. I like that.
Because he was being a man. Like, I understand what you're trying. Yeah.
Yeah. But Bobby's thinking, he gets so mad at Ann for keeping something from him again. And he also thinks that Emma is the one who sent the video, which is not the case, but he doesn't know that right now. Emma, I feel like, for all of her conniving ways, she is still a little girl. And I think she's getting in over her head, especially at the end of the episode. And right now, because Bobby decides to kick her off of South Fork. And he tells Ann, she's Ryland's issue now, right? He needs to keep her safe.
She's
which
gone.
Leads to what I've been calling all year. Then, moving on, they're looking for Michael, the son. They haven't found him yet. John Ross goes to Candace, realizes she's moving. Candace was the secretary who was trying to sleep with him. He figures it all out. He puts it all together and says, listen, work with me. I'll pay all your bills. You can keep this swanky apartment that a hooker like you never could have afforded. Hookers do make good money, but I don't think they make that good of money. In Texas especially, maybe. Well, it depends what kind of hooker she is.
Yeah.
She's a high-end shit, then maybe.
She's pretty. She is pretty to be a high-end hooker.
Yeah, she's.
And if she's with one of Judith's girls.
Yeah, Judith's
girls.
That's the thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I hear you.
I would think that she's making some money, but I don't know. I'm sure though that apartment was nice. It was almost like a house.
Would you be a high-end hooker, or would you be a little bit lowbrow?
Oh, if I was ever to do it, I'd be high-end.
Oh yeah, I think I'd probably be high-end. I think I would assume I would be.
Oh, I sure would be.
Yeah, I could probably get a pretty penny. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Low end is the best though. It's more fun.
Low end?
Yeah, but you don't make the money. The only reason you're a hooker is to make money.
Yeah, she does make a valid point though. It is fun to be a low end hooker. That was my early 20s. It's been a while. Things have changed. I know the game has changed, but
never knowing whose car you're getting into.
Look, I've had enough decent or bad sex in my life for free. Not getting a penny for it. I mean,
hey, listen.
Low end still, they still paying their bills.
That's true.
So, so he figures all out and he works that out with Candace, right? Elena and Mom are talking. Elena's lying to everyone. She's telling her mom she has no idea that Drew's back in town. Elena's just getting in over her head. She's lied to every single person now. She's alienated herself, cut herself off from the Ewings, and now from her own mother. And she has no idea where Drew is. She has no control over him. She thinks Joaquin is her ally, but Joaquin is not even. He's working with the drug cartel. He's working with other people, and he's not interested in the same things that she's interested in, or at least going about it the same way, right?
Yes.
So. And also, she doesn't realize he's still with his wife down in Nuevo Laredo. So she's in over her head right now. Finally, Judith enters the episode, and John Ross goes to her house. To the what is it called? I want to call it a whorehouse, but it's really pretty. It's a lot nicer than a whorehouse, I would assume.
It's their house that she has made it into a whorehouse.
Wait, would it be what is it, the best little whorehouse in Texas?
Yes, it's a great movie.
Oh, that's
a great
actually what this
yes, it is the best little whorehouse in Texas.
I need to watch it. I think I saw it when I was a kid. It's been a while.
Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, I know anything that Dolly Parton's in, even Rhinestone.
Oh, you guys,
and I'll forgive her for that.
You guys see some similarities with you and Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Ladies.
And you know my dad is born on the same day. Him and Dolly are same age, same day.
Oh, wow.
And my mom's one of 10 kids.
God gave us 2 gifts on the same day.
I know.
So John Ross threatens to expose her and Harris Ryland, send them off to jail for trying to get him to have sex with a 16-year-old, for running a whorehouse, all these other things, right? And she looks at him, she goes, I don't mean to be too old-fashioned, young boy, but what are your intentions with my granddaughter? Oh, Judith.
She's everything.
Well, he says to her, he's like, I'm going to be real honest with you, they're not noble.
Yeah.
Well, okay, cool. He wants to put it to it, and she's not cool with that. He leaves, and it turns out that she had Emma behind the secret bookshelf, which I love. They have all these secret doors. She pushes buttons everywhere, and like doors are opening. Emma comes out, and she explains to Emma that you need to keep a leash on this man's neck. Men who have power they also prefer to have a leash around their necks. They prefer to have a woman who's a little bit controlling.
Yes.
Yes, so.
It's very true.
So we don't know where Emma's head is right now, but yeah, strong men like strong women or strong men to kind of keep them on their game.
Yep.
I mean, I can agree with that.
It's true.
So, Drew wants blood. He goes to Joaquin. Joaquin doesn't want to go about it quite the same way.
No.
Because Drew literally wants blood. Drew runs off. He's gone. We know something's happening right now. Bobby and Christopher, they get a hold of the sheriff. He comes out. He finds out that Michael, Heather's son, is at the rodeo. So they're heading there, right?
They go to the
they're
rodeo.
leaving South Fork. Everybody's like going away from South Fork right now, leaving Sue Ellen home alone. Because then Ann goes to Harris Ryland. Emma calls John Ross, invites him to go to the Omni Hotel, which I love because the Omni Hotel is at the beginning of the credits and it's been there for So
I
of
love
course,
the Omni. And Omni's hotels everywhere, always so nice.
Well, that's where Oprah's guests stayed at the All Suite Omni Hotel.
They did.
In the heart of
I just stayed at the one in San Francisco.
Well, there you go. Judith tells Harris that there's a problem, that he needs to get Emma under control and get the John Ross, 86 to John Ross situation, correct?
Yes.
So, fast track to the rodeo. Michael's fine, and
Bo's brother,
who's a buddy of yours actually in real life.
Steve Walters.
Congrats.
So excited for you.
He tells basically Christopher, he's like, look, dude, first of all, you took the guy's job. You're taking his family now. Like, he's pissed off, and now he got in a fight with 5 police officers, which how you run away from that, I'm not sure. I haven't been enough of these fights, I guess.
Because Bo is superhuman.
Yeah, apparently, because Christopher took him down the night before, and Christopher is a pretty boy.
I know.
Really, he used to be the gardener, Eva Longoria's gardener on Desperate Housewives.
Exactly.
So I mean, to be honest. But they tell him Bo's headed to South Fork, right?
Yeah.
Things are boiling up, right? Elena, she's unraveling. Joaquin calls her Ellie. Oh, I like there. He pokes holes in her diaphragm, which I thought was really super creepy.
We need to stop at that one just for we have
about 3 minutes. But let's go there for 8 seconds. Go.
That's the most disturbing. Creepy, disturbing, and as it was happening, ask AJ. I was like, no.
I was like, what is that? Where does it go? I'm just kidding.
And I'm like,
nasty.
That's so nasty. And on top of it, he already has kids and he is married.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And why does he want to do that?
I don't understand yet.
It's creepy.
I knew a girl in college who poked holes in condoms and her boyfriend found out it was a mess.
Oh.
Yeah. So that happens. And in that same scene, he's trying to console her and says, "What is it? How can I call you down? Calm me down." She says she would like some bacon and cheese on white toast because that's the first thing she had when she went to South Fork. That was a weird statement. Whoever wrote that line and thinks that made any sense? It made no sense to me. But so then we've got Anne. She goes to Ryland in tears, of course. He tells her to be angry with him, not with Bobby, not with Emma, not with anybody else. He takes all the blame, right? Invites her in for a drink. There it is. Called it all season long. Ryland and Anne are going to get back together, at least for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think something's going to happen there.
He's going to put it to it. And then she tells Ryland she's always been afraid of the house where they are. He apologizes for his mother being so controlling all these years and being the reason she's afraid. I wrote down, is he playing Anne? He could be. I'm not sure. They kiss.
I think with Anne, that's his kryptonite.
Yeah,
I believe that Anne is his kryptonite.
I believe so too. But I think that his mom's also his kryptonite, and his mom is watching from the window, which is really, really creepy.
Oh,
moving on.
So flowers
Pamela,
in the attic.
She's in the yard in a daze. Sue Ellen goes to her, tries to talk to her, and I'm thinking Pamela might come around, right? No, she looks at Sue Ellen. She goes, "I'm sorry, Sue Ellen. I'm not a weak, sniveling drunk like you." She tracks down John Ross's phone to the Omni Hotel. She goes there. Sue Ellen starts drinking. Amen. She finds him at the hotel. Right. So we're at the hotel. It's John Ross and Emma at this point. She has that damn green lingerie on again, which she looks so hot in. But she's not the only one who's wearing it. We don't find that out for a minute, but she's not the only one. Pamela walks into the hotel watching John Ross, her husband, about to have sex with Anne's daughter, Emma. We love you, Emma Bell.
Yes.
But you're a hoe. And she kind of looks. She does one of these. And like turns her head to the side, kind of exorcist
It was
style.
kind of like, and then
Creepy.
she puts her hand in her pocket.
And we think she's gonna pull out a gun, right?
Ugh.
She doesn't pull out a gun. This is the best cliffhanger that I think that the new show Dallas has done so far. Partially because I'm a little bit kinky and a little bit I'm just kinky. Instead of pulling out a gun, she undoes the jacket. She's got the same green lingerie on, and she wants to have a 3-way. I mean, I did not see that one coming. I thought somebody was getting shot. I thought Emma was getting shot.
Yeah, once again, guys, I wish they had a camera in there for us because we're like, oh, no.
That would be way more entertaining than the shit we do in here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh.
So they get it on, right? John Ross looks confused for a little bit while, kind of like, I'm not really sure. Like, he still has this weird thing about his woman, kind of the way JR always did about Sue Ellen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I think he's kind of turned on by it, right? And then, of course,
it feels bad, too.
Then they do a montage. They start to have this threesome, and then also they show Elena having sex with Joaquin, and then the song "Break On Through" comes playing on, which I thought was hilarious.
Yes.
Diaphragm, hashtag diaphragm. There it is. That's the hashtag for the night. And then Sue Ellen's just an absolute train wreck, and she's passed out, and all of a sudden, the entire episode ends with Pamela starting to gasp for breath. Like on the ground, looks like she's dying.
It looks
John
like
Ross goes to her.
yeah.
John Ross goes to her. There's an empty pill bottle laying next to her. She must have taken a bunch of pills and planned on going over there, doing this, and then calling it quits on the floor. And while this is happening, Bobby and Christopher go back to South Fork because they know that Bo is heading there. They try to save Sue Ellen. They go inside to get her, and as they find her on the floor, they get hit by falling debris because the place is on fire. Bo must have set the place on fire.
Oh, because there's Bo. He was standing outside.
But that might be what they want us to think. It could be Drew.
Oh.
There it is. That's Dallas in 20 minutes or less, ladies and gentlemen. Predictions real quick. 10 seconds, go.
Okay. You know what? I think Sue Ellen's going to get out of this just fine, but I think she's going to be maimed some way.
Oh, and that would be nice, like a little crippled walk or something.
Yeah.
It was fun. She could pull that off.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that they're going to blame. I don't know. It could be Sue Ellen who started the fire.
I don't think Sue Ellen
She could have been drunk, did something, knocked over a candle, and started the fire, and maybe Drew and Bo are there, and they might get blamed for it. But Ryland's putting it to Ann. That's happening. We're not going to know for sure until August. But you guys, we want to thank you so much for stopping by. We will be back in August to recap the show in its entirety. Until then, where can all of our viewers and listeners follow you on social media?
Okay, on Twitter, you can follow me at Lula Cherry Films. And on Instagram, you can follow me at Dorinda B1.
You guys, yes?
Yes.
I thought you had something else to say.
Oh, no. And Kelly, by the way, keeps tweeting like crazy. Kelly, we miss you.
We love you, Kelly. Get better.
Love you.
Tweet her. You guys can follow me on all social media at _AJ Gibson. Check out my website, ajgibson.tv. We made it. We're only 2 minutes over. We're caught back up. You're welcome. Until next time, you guys, take care.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz y'all later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.